Alrighty, here we are. So my name is Hilary Griffin, and I'm an Emerald leader with It Works Global. Tonight we're talking about discipline. Like I said, discipline is not a bad thing. It is not a nasty word. It is a good, healthy thing for you and your business. And when I want to kind of paint the picture for you is we're going to talk about how this impacts not just your business, but your life in general, because a healthy you is a business owner. If you didn't know you're a business owner, I'm here to tell you, you have a small business, whether you're choosing to work this part-time and just, get a couple $100s a month, or maybe you're working this full-time or you hope to, and you'd start making full-time money with it. Either way, having some good habits in your life is going to make this where it's not stressful. It's something easy to keep up with, definitely when it comes to how we have all the crazy going on in the world. I'm not going to really dig into all of that, but we all know everything that's happening and how much it's impacted our lives and our schedules. And we just really wanted to encourage you guys with some things that have worked for us, because Morgan and I both work from home full time doing this. And so we know what works and maybe it has been the best thing. So we're going to share from our own experience tonight more about that. So first of all, I believe that to create a new habit means that it hasn't been a habit for you yet. And so I want you guys to think about what is something that is involved with this business. Because some people, they're on social media, but they don't use social media. So what I mean by that is, like, if you're on social media, that means like you're scrolling, but if you're using social media, that means you're taking action. Like, you are building something. You're building a presence online where people know, hey, that's that girl that works from her phone. I need to make some money. I'm going to talk to her. Or, hey, that's that girl that talks about that coffee all the time and I'm trying to lose weight. You want to become known as somebody like that. So that's just like one little thing that, if it hasn't become a habit yet, to stop being on social media, but start using social media, that could be a new thing that you do. For me personally, I had to recognize some things in my life that I needed to get disciplined with in order to be a good mom, have a good mindset, being at home all day with my kids before all of this was going on. And then two, in order to be a good leader and to connect with my team well, I needed to be taking care of myself. So a few basic things that I did is I figured out it benefits just about everybody if I wake up and I start my day off well. And that means that I'm, picking out a few things I need to do in the morning. And then one of those things is going to be that I'm digging into the word. So, and honestly, it builds me up, but it also gives me a place to just have a good mindset when it comes to what I'm going to send to my team first thing in the morning, and also what I'm going to put out on social media. I've actually made a personal commitment just recently that I'm not going to post a story until I post a scripture or something uplifting for my people to know. I want people to know that anytime they come to my social media, they just feel uplifted. They feel encouraged. So I post a scripture or a quote to my story first thing, and then the next thing that I do is I drink my coffee and I share that. But that was also another habit I needed to form because I wasn't taking care of myself. I definitely did not eat well. So our products, they have good things in them. And so me drinking that, it created this new habit. Now I work the business out of habit because I actually needed those habits. So when I share about the coffee, people are interested in the coffee because I'm sharing it. But honestly, I'm sharing like what I need personally, like the things that I need to be doing personally. So I don't know who here is a very like organized person or not. I'm not going to go deep down into all of that, but I am going to encourage you guys that if you haven't yet, I'm going to say find something that you need to say, you know what, I'm not great at that yet. I'm not strong in that area yet. What habits can you create and where to get started on them? So what I would do is I would say, what's a small thing that I could start doing every day? Maybe you need to wake up a little bit earlier. That's a good habit with this business, definitely, because it's good to have some good quiet time by yourself before you address the rest of the people all in the world, definitely with the way people are right now. So it'd be good to maybe wake up like 15-30 minutes earlier, get some quiet time in, get some time to just like relax for a minute. Maybe don't check your phone first thing, but do something that's good for you. And then you can show up really good to get your list done and do the things and all of that. So that's going to be my one recommendation when it looks like finding some type of habit to start, is look at that. Another good one is like, drinking water, doing things like that. It's going to be find the thing that you're not already doing and say, how can I become just a little bit more of a better version of myself? What does that look like for you? Because it's different for everybody. Maybe you're a student who now you're taking classes at home full time. So maybe you're going to have to get disciplined to say, you know what, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to get out of yesterday's pajamas. I'm going to put on today's comfy clothes, and I'm going to be more put together so that I can show up. Because maybe you do want to talk on your stories that day, but because of a habit of, I don't have to get dressed today, I don't have to care, well, now you don't feel like comfortable getting on your story and talking because you didn't get prepared for it. So I like to start with, if you're starting fresh, with creating some good habits that will help build your business and just give you a good lifestyle setup. I say always start with something that's a morning habit to do. So maybe wake up a little bit earlier, change your clothes. Look, I'm giving you all the behind the scenes of what I look like right now. This is cute, right? Minimal makeup, but there's a whole mess back here. But here's the thing. If I want to talk like this on my stories, I'm confident with that. I didn't have to fix my hair. It's just kind of this. You can do simple things like that, and it sets you up for success for the day, and you feel just a little more confident. I'm not saying confidence comes in hair and makeup, but we all know we feel good when we feel put together. So whatever your put together version is for you, do it every day. Make a discipline out of that, even though you don't have to right now. Choose to do it. Choose to show up that way for your business. So I'm going to pass it over to Morgan, because we're really going to go back and forth with this. But as you guys are hearing us share these little nuggets, please do not hesitate to say something in the chat, ask a question. If you want to know books that we've read that help with this kind of thing, if you want to know podcasts that we listen to, if you want to know any tips like that, any extra things, please ask and we will share that stuff. But right now we're just sharing like the nugget things. Okay. So passing it to you, Morgan.
Okie doke. So we are kind of doing like a rapid fire. So we are going to go quick. So drop a 1 in the chat if you drink coffee or you wake up and eat breakfast, if you wake up and drink water or tea, or wake up and fix something to put into your body. Okay, a majority of us. Put a number 2 if you fix dinner every night or you fix something at night. Anyone. Okay. These are times that you can easily work your business. There's a point to the method of my madness. What we do is very simple to incorporate in our lives. Like, I follow and unfollow people when I'm making coffee in the morning or I'm making dinner at night. It's very, very simple. I message when I have 5 minutes and I get out my list and I send all the messages and then I go do other things. Okay. When I was out running errands, before I would go in somewhere, I would stay in my car and respond to messages before I get out and go to a store or go to the grocery store or whatever like that. So don't overthink and feel like you have to sit down at a desk or somewhere for hours and hours and hours a day to be successful in this business. Now, do I personally like that? Yes. I like having a desk and having my little area because I like that. I enjoy that. I somewhat feel organized and I have my life together. But do you have to have that? Absolutely not. When I was in school, I would work when I was walking to class, when I was waiting on my professor to walk in, when I was at work and it was slow, when I was waiting for the bus, like the campus bus, to come around and get me to take me to the other side of campus. Like, that's when I worked. It was not like a sit down at a desk, because when I was at a desk, I was probably doing schoolwork. So don't overthink of, I don't have time to do this. Do not ever say you do not have time to do this, because you do. And because we're on social media, I see all of you posting your nonsense. Now, is the nonsense good? Yes, because we need filler posts. So I love posting about stupid stuff, or like my food half the time. Every time I'm at Chick-fil-A, y'all are going to know because I'm going to post about it. But we do want to see those filler posts of what you're doing, what you like, because we want to know you. People want to know you. If we were QVC, then all of our stuff would be business stuff. But we want people to know you. But when I see you doing stuff and then you say, I don't have time, homegirl. Okay. So that's kind of what we're getting at with this discipline thing. It's just a balance. And honestly, I kind of feel like you'll never have balance of anything, but it's kind of just figuring out more maybe of your priorities of where this business fits, because it is a blessing and a curse that we get to write our own paycheck. You are that person of whether or not it's going to be a blessing or it's going to be a curse, because we can give you everything. We have given you everything. If you're still learning, you're learning everything, and that's okay. But I can lead you to water, but I can't make you drink. So you have to be willing to put in the work and make it super, super simple in your life. And if you ever feel like, look, I just cannot figure out how to get my life like this and figuring out my daily schedule and make this work, go to your enroller and say, hey, can you help me find out a schedule? We're not going to laugh in your face and be like, ha, 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 you don't know how to schedule things. No, because when I got started again, I was in school. Well, I've graduated now. So now that I'm home, I had to find out a new normal. And I was kind of in a funk of like, oh my gosh, I have all this time now. And a lot of us are probably feeling that right now with what's going on of like, dang, I complained all the time that I didn't have time. Now I got the time and I'm still like, where's the time? So it's just about having that disciplined mindset of like, we all have time, even when this stuff craziness ends, because it will, things are going to get busy again and you're still going to have time, but you have to find those nooks and crannies of your day. Otherwise, there's only so much we can do. Okay. Like, again, like we're not your boss. So we're going to be like, hey, did you do this? Hey, did you do that? Hey, like, we can't, like, that's not what we're here for. Like, we're here to mentor you and show you the way, but you got to walk the walk. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to match you with that. So I'm not going to go into like super duper detail of that, because we've had like other trainings on like how to really mesh this in with your life, but just having that disciplined mindset of, we do have the time in our day, have those 5 minutes here and there, set a timer, be like, okay, 5 minutes, I got 5 minutes to just do something. Set a timer and then go on with your life. If you're still in school doing online, don't neglect that. That's not what we're saying to do. But find that, because ultimately, like, if you joined us, you probably saw us on social media, so you're on social media anyways, okay? So it's not like all of a sudden you're on something you've never been on, but it's just kind of finding, those different times and just learning, like Hilary said, those new habits. Because again, like, we all had to learn them. I didn't get started knowing to be disciplined and forming these habits of doing the things. I had to learn, I had to adapt, I had to get into a routine, and now it's second nature. So you just kind of got to get over that hump until it does get second nature, and then it's going to be easy peasy. Because I look at what I do now, very, very simple, but I had to get over like, oh, I feel like I'm like adding more stuff to my plate right now that I just don't have. Now, even when I was in school and I was busy, when I got over that hump, I'm like, oh, it's really second nature. So anyways, by having that and saying, well, what's really going to keep me focused with this? And that is your why and your goals and why you got started with this. That is what's going to ultimately keep you running. Because again, we can pour into you. We can give you all the motivation. We can cheer you on. We can give you all the tips and tricks and tools and all the things. But if you don't have something motivating you and that you need every single day, if you have lived without it, it's not big enough. If you're like, well, I just want like extra money for shopping, but you could kind of live without that, get rid of it. You can say, well, I kind of want to like pay off some debt, but you're kind of used to it just racking up. Get rid of it and find something bigger. You have to do something that it is like ride or die. I have to make this work come hell or high water. So, Hilary, go over goals and why we're here.
Yeah. Okay, so I really love how Morgan was pointing out the time that we have, because here's the thing. Right now, if you are somebody who is at home because of these crazy circumstances, you have a choice. You have a choice to look and say, am I going to feel defeated right now and I'm going to let this overwhelm me? Or am I going to take advantage of the blessing that I get to have a roof over my head and be at home? Like, not very many people get to say that. So I would choose, like, I would encourage you guys to choose the blessing side, okay? Choose that mindset. Because the thing is, you, if you don't take advantage of that now, and you're going to say, well, I think it would be better if I could go take pictures wherever and things like that. And so I'm not, like, I can't take pictures at my house because my house is ugly, or I don't know, whatever your excuse would be. You're always going to find an excuse if you're looking for it. So I would say choose to look for opportunity. So what opportunities do you have within everything? Because that's going to be what builds up the why. So really quick, I've talked to a couple of my girls just recently about their whys, and I want to challenge you guys, like Morgan was saying, throw out the why. So if you started your why with it being, well, I would like to pay off debt, or I would like to make some shopping money, and that was how you were feeling about it, I want to challenge you to go a little bit deeper. So if you're a student and you are working towards a certain degree, when you get that degree, you have a dream job idea that you want. Maybe you're working, like you're dating, and you know that eventually you guys are going to get married and you want to have this dream wedding. I want you guys to, at some point tonight, find a picture. You can find it online, you can print it off, whatever. And I want you to see that thing. I want you to have the vision of that. Like Morgan, she's hustling so that she can get out of her parents' house. She doesn't want to have to live with her parents anymore. She wants to have her own place, right? For me, my why has changed up a lot, and it's actually more so about the people that I'm impacting and building that type of thing. But find your picture of that, because at the end of the day, when I don't feel like it, when I don't feel like doing the list, when I'm like in such a mood that I'm like, I don't want to respond right now because I have my own life going on, just like you guys do. I still choose to, because there is no way that I'm going to tell my daughters no about something in the future that I could have just worked a little bit harder for, gotten over my feelings and pushed, sent out like a few more messages or posted a few more times, and get to say yes to like 5 times the things to my girls in the future. Like, there's no way you're ever going to catch the mama in me slacking on that, because what we do is so simple. It really is. It takes effort, because everything that is valuable should. If this was something that didn't take work and stuff, then I would say like, you don't like, it doesn't, I don't know. I feel like if you join something and you feel like, oh, it's just so easy, like who cares? What value is actually in that? I would say if girls can make 30 grand a month in this business, because newbies, like I'm telling y'all, it's real. The girl that signed me, the girl that signed Courtney, her name is Courtney, but she signed me and she signed Morgan. She can make 30 grand a month at her rank. So we have to understand that we should not expect a handout for 5 posts during that week and 2 messages. You have to know that your why for that you're going to assign that check to, like maybe look at it like that and say the gap time that I have between graduation and landing that job, between having this baby and when they start school or when they want to go to their first dance class or something like that, between getting the ring on my finger and the actual wedding, like whatever that why looks like, that picture that you have, that gap of time, fill it in with, okay, so as soon as it works, pays me $200, here's where it's going. Write that down. That is what we call writing the vision and making it plain. That is Bible. You put some Bible on your business, and I promise you the Lord will be with you in that, and he will show favor on that. But if you're not ready to assign that money to go somewhere, that's not, like, you're not going to have the thing in you that pushes past, that person was rude, I don't feel like talking to anybody else. Would you tell your kid that, like, okay, you don't have to go to school anymore, or you don't have to try that again, or I don't believe that you can really get through it because you failed that time. You wouldn't tell them that. So the Lord doesn't want you to think that about yourself and this business. He wants you to believe in the why, because this is another thing really quick. I'm going to say this part, but your why also, it's so good for it to be big. A lot of people knock people for wanting more. They're like, oh, you're selfish. You're like, I don't know, just there's a lot of stigmas about money and stuff like that. But this is just a thought that another top leader shared, so I can't claim it as my own. But this is something really good for you guys. I want you to consider the size of the plate that your why is. So is your why an appetizer plate? Like, is it about that small? Is it maybe a dinner size plate at, like, I don't know, Olive Garden or something? You got all the things come in, like, just, I don't know, I'm hungry anyway. But you have like all the stuff come in. Is it that big? Because the Lord will fill the plate that you bring him. If you say, Lord, I'm hungry, and you hand out that plate, he'll put food on it. He will provide. But what if your why started with that appetizer, and then you got disciplined with some of the things that we're teaching y'all? You follow the basics, and then you're like, you know what? I think I could go for more. And so you go and you go back for another serving, and you have a bigger plate this time. And then the next time that you go back, what if it was because you caught the vision of what Mark and Cindy Pentecost, our CEO family, what they see for all of us is they see that their vision needs to match a soup kitchen size of a serving. So they keep going back for more, because the more that they get to turn it into a soup kitchen. They get to turn it into giving in a ridiculously crazy way. Like, what if by a certain time you were giving what you make right now? What if the amount of your bills that's on your plate right now, what if the Lord would cover them and then give you more so that you could help other people pay their bills? What if your why could be like that? So, like, consider your why right now and say, like, okay, I don't want to settle for a life that's just saying I want a couple $100s to spend money, like, wherever. Like, I'm going to tell, even if your $200 is going to start with covering your hair and your nails, write that down. Okay. And then the provision will come. And then I want you to write down, and then when I sell some samples, when I earn my bonuses, when I get this, when I get that, here's what that is going to go to. And you write that stuff down. And you guys, you're going to be making a roadmap for your vision. And the Lord's promises are yes and amen. That's what I believe. So I believe that he is so good to us that he would want to give us the desires of our heart, because he knows that he can trust you. And when you take the time to write it down, to say, I would be so thankful for this, here's what I'm going to do with it. I don't think it matters so much, like, if you want to spend it on your hair and nails or buy a purse versus like, oh, I'm just going to give it away. Like, there's nothing, like, don't wholly measure it. Okay. God cares to bring you the desires of your heart. He knows your heart. And it's okay to, like, want the fancy things, and then it's okay to want to pay off your bills and pay off your debt too. So that is why you cannot slack on the list and the things. That's why you take the discipline part so serious, to say, I'm going to be disciplined to follow what I'm supposed to be doing during this time, because I know there's such a great reward on the other side of my discipline. And my why is just one of the parts of the reward. Okay. So, right, like, being able to put gas in your car without stressing. Hello. And then how cool would it be for you to pay for the gas for the person behind you? And then they're like, how did that girl do that? Like, that's nuts. Oh, you did it with the business that everybody was like, whatever about. And, like, look at you going and being Jesus to people, taking care of people. I'm just saying, that's what I want to be able to do. I want to be able to do that. Okay. So what the big thing about tonight for us was really that you don't want to, here's the thing. Hold on. Olivia. Yes. Morgan is right by you. Okay. There you go. Y'all connect. Anyway. So the big thing about tonight is that we wanted you guys to see Morgan and I. There's been times where we don't look how we look tonight. Okay. We have been, like, sick. and we still check in on each other. It's like, girl, you doing the things today? And she's like, yes. Are you doing the thing? We do it because we don't give up. We refuse to give up. And the thing is that if our company could bring in 15,000 people in 5 days last week during this type of crazy time, there is somebody out there who you're assigned to talk to. And you have the choice to say, I'm going to get disciplined and show up every day. Because honestly, when you don't, I just told Morgan this, if you were to say, okay, I'm so fired up because Hilary and Morgan, they fired me up. I'm going to go post tomorrow. I'm going to do this, this, and this. I'm so fired up. I'm so excited about this. You can be so excited, go post tomorrow. But because you slacked this last week on posting and engaging and all of that, no one's going to see your stuff tomorrow. Because that's not what, like, Facebook and Instagram, it's not our rules, it's their rules. They don't reward us for not being active on the platforms. So you have to be active every day so that, yes, people will start coming to you. Like Morgan can tell you guys, majority of my enrollments come from people coming back to me. I may have said, hey, thanks for following me at some point. I may have exposed what I do to them, but inevitably everybody ends up coming back to me to say, hey, I'm ready. Hey, what is that thing that you said about your coffee? Hey, what is this? And it's because I am so relentlessly on my social media every day. Now, I've just started a Sabbath day because I knew I needed to do that. It was personal conviction, but I went really hard on Friday knowing that I would have messages waiting on me on Saturday. Instagram and Facebook will boost you in the algorithm the more active you are on there. But it can't be that you're just liking other people's stuff who are not actually people that would be your customer. Engage with the people who chose to follow you. Comment back when people comment. Give what you want to get out of your social media stuff. And that's like a whole other thing. But I just want to encourage you guys to keep showing up, keep being consistent in that. I'm going to let Morgan go into how this all practically looks all together because you guys have the tools. And so she's going to break that down. And then I will be wrapping it up.
Awkward silence. It's fine. Can y'all hear me okay? Yeah, okay. First of all, everyone come to Texas. Yes, I'm here for it. I'm actually like in the Spring Woodlands area of Houston. So yeah, not like in Houston, but you know, whatever. Okay, so talking about with all that, you have your goals, you have your daily list. Now, how is this really going to look being disciplined with all this? First of all, you got to have fun doing this, okay? Because we know a lot of times, why do people gripe about their job? Because they don't have fun doing it, you know? Like, they just go, they clock in. I was about to say check in. That's how, like, off I've been off of, like, not having a real job. This is a real job. Sorry, excuse me. Anyways, people just clock in, clock out, do what they want to do, but like, they don't really like it. They're there for the paycheck. So with this, you want to have fun doing this, okay? So like Hilary said, be active on your social media. Talk back with people. Do you have to spend your whole 9 hours of your day on social media talking to people? No, but still have fun with it because yes, social media is going to reward you. It's like if you were on a sports team in high school. Let's say you were on the soccer team. Okay, I didn't play soccer, but let's say you were on the team and you miss like 3 days of practice and then you come back and you're like, okay, I'm ready, coach. Like, let me start at the game on Friday. And he's like, where have you been? No, I'm not going to reward you for that. Like, you're going to sit out the first half. That's kind of what social media does. They're like, if you come back all of a sudden, they're like, we're not going to put your stuff to the front because Sally Sue, where have you been? You got to earn your way back to the front. Okay. So it's kind of the same thing. So again, social media can be very simple if you're using it consistently, but you have to use it consistently. Again, you don't have to be there on 12 hours a day killing yourself and posting a million things, but just be consistent with it. That's all it's asking for you to do. So have fun with it. Have your tools. in implementing that. So I wrote down some notes because I can sometimes, tend to ramble, but don't feel like this is like an added stress. Okay. Because remember, like you probably joined one of us from social media. So you were on there anyways. You're just kind of implementing a few things here and there. That's why I was saying earlier, if you make coffee or something in the morning, do part of your work while you're, making that. If you're making dinner at night, work while you're doing that. If you love Netflix, turn on Netflix. I'm giving you permission to take an hour of your day to turn on Netflix, but also work. Okay. Do like mindless work. I love doing mindless work. Again, like following and following, screenshotting a slide and posting it. Like we literally give you all the content. We're not having you be some crazy artist making your own slides. Now, if that is your thing, go for it. Like do it, if that's what you love to do. But we're not making you do that, okay? So we're literally giving you everything to make it as simple as possible. We give you all the verbiage. We give you all the content. We give you all the trainings. We're here to answer any question at literally almost every hour of the day. Like we are here to make this as simple as possible. But like I said earlier, you have to be, it's like we're in the car, but like you're in the driver's seat and I'm in the passenger seat and I'm going to tell you where to go, but you got to steer the wheel and you got to put your foot on the gas pedal. I'm not going to reach over there and do that because we're going to get an accident and I ain't trying to die. But I'm going to tell you where to go, but you got to go, okay? So you have to have that discipline every single day. And again, if you're new, you're like, I don't even know what that looks like, okay? Like I'm just starting. I'm just telling you what I need to do. That's all we're asking you to do right now because it's baby steps. Again, like we're not expecting you to come in and have this massive discipline and you're like every hour on the dot knowing what to do. No, like we weren't like that. Most people aren't like that. That's okay. Everything is baby steps. That's why we have the one-on-one training. That's why we're talking to you every day. We're probably getting annoying, but we're here to help you with everything. So, like I said, I continue to ramble. So you have your daily list. Our daily list, me and Hilary kind of have the same one, just like tweaks a little bit, but it shouldn't take you more than like an hour and an hour and a half throughout your whole day. Okay. I'm sure if you have an iPhone, especially, you can go, oh my gosh, some random person from like literally years ago just texted me and I was like, who the heck? Oh my gosh. Random people. I don't even know how I have that person's number. Sorry. This is why I don't look at my phone. Does everyone make their own search at the podcast? So kind of both. I personally kind of do both. Some people, we just like reuse like content, stuff like that. Just like starting out, like don't feel again, like if you are starting out that you have to make your own content. Now, again, if you are artsy craftsy, like stuff like that, then do that. But we're not expecting you to do that. If you want to learn how to do that, like if you kind of want to step into that realm, let us know and we can let you know what apps to download because it can like kind of get fun sometimes making stuff. But if you're starting out, I would do, we call them, what's it called? IPAs, income producing activities. Now, are slides going to bring you income? Yes, but we rather you actually post slides that we already give you. We rather you be talking to people. We rather you be reaching out, like following up with people and growing your following versus spending hours a day trying to learn how to make a craftsy app. So, yeah, a lot of us use other people's. There's like a lot of leaders in our company that is just their thing to be artsy craftsy. And so I just steal theirs. Okay, it's fine. So that's just what I do, but I do sometimes make my own slides and stuff like that. But also too, talking about discipline. So we are in a business to where we are helping people with their health goals as well as money goals. Like we have people that join our team to also make income with us. So this is where I'm going to get real with y'all. If we are not disciplined for our own business, like ourselves, and doing our daily checklist, random accents just come out of me. I don't understand. If we aren't doing our daily checklist ourselves, why would we be given the responsibility to guide someone else with a daily checklist? I want you to really think about this. Now, if you are brand spanking new, ignore what I'm saying right now. These are for people that have kind of been in a while, that are starting to grow their team. Trust me, you'll get there. We will go through that process. I'm like, I just joined. I don't want to grow my team. You're fine. We will go through that. But the people that have been in for a while, if you are not doing your daily checklist yourself, you have to look at it as like, maybe that's why I'm not enrolling team members, because why would I be given that responsibility to help other people? So I'm going to do another little reality check thing. What is a paycheck that if you opened it up, if you got that email from the company and it says you've been paid this much, that you would literally poop your pants, go run outside screaming, you would call your aunts, uncles, every family, friend, you would scream it at the top of your lungs. Now, it better not be $200, okay? Like, this is like I said, it's poop your pants money. Like, this something it's like, is this a hack? If I click on this, is something gonna hack my email? Like, is this a robot? What is that number? Yes, I need to be seeing 5 figures in here. Okay. Now I know most of y'all are like, well, I didn't join for this. I don't care. This poop your pants money. Okay. This is what we're talking about. Yes, exactly. I'm gonna wait till all y'all put a number in there. So who else do we need? Who else are we missing? Come on. We still got a few. Do 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 do. Is that all of them? I think we got all of them. Okay. This is big bucks, okay? Like, no denying that. That's a lot of money. Oh. Okay, got it. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna actually put mine in here too. Well, y'all like really went high. Dang. I was like thinking a number and then y'all like way went over me. So, okay. Okay, so looking at that number, is your work ethic daily getting there to achieve that? No, you're totally fine. That number that you put, is your work ethic growing each day to be able to achieve that type of income? Now, you don't have to say it in the chat, okay? Because I know I can tell myself, no, I don't do that every day. Some days I slack, okay? And that's okay. We can tell ourselves, I had a bad day. I tell Hilary, I'm like, dang it, it's 4 o'clock. I barely got anything done. I'm slacking. But before I go to bed, I'm going to make sure I get it done. Because I do have that discipline of I have to make sure I get what I need done, okay? So that is why I had y'all put that number. Because this type of company, you can make that money in a month. You can. And as crazy as it is, I'm about to blow your mind, because like Hilary did say earlier, like our enroller like makes that type of money monthly on average. Okay, income disclosure, whatever. On average, she makes that money monthly. Okay. Yes, and that's a diamond bonus. Like, diamond bonuses are starting out at $15,000. Starting out, y'all. The amount of money that is in this company, no wonder people think it's a scam, because it's crazy, but it's not, because it's smart business. Okay, so let's not get it twisted. But I was sitting at there was an event here in Houston I went to, like, for the company, and we went out to eat afterwards. And Amber Parker, who is absolutely amazing, go watch her videos, follow her on Instagram and everything. But we were sitting there and she was talking about our compensation plan. And basically what that is just the breakdown of how we can make money with this business and everything. And she said that she has talked to, because she's a part of our corporate team, that she has talked to Mark Pentecost, our CEO, and he said, due to our compensation plan, it is made and mapped out legally. Okay, let's, again, not get it twisted. Legally to make, what was it? Oh, dang, I forgot the number. I think it was $100,000 a month. Yeah. A month. People don't make that in a year. I make that in a year. But a lot of people don't make that in a year. But our business can do that. So that is why I'm saying Yes, that is why I'm saying, like, shoot for the moon and just go after it. Like, I know a lot of us got started. Most of us got started for $500 a month or less, maybe $1,000 a month or less. That's okay, because us coming in, we don't know. We're like, we don't really know what we're getting into. We don't really know how to make money, how fast, how slow, where's it coming from. We don't know. So we just kind of throw out a few $100, try and see if it works. But there's real money in this. So that's what I'm saying. If you are disciplined enough, and if you set your mind on that every single day, exactly. That's a pretty good little average to go to. Okay, like I'd be fine anywhere in there. But you have to have that mindset of saying, no matter what, just even in life, you have to say every day I'm going to wake up and be better and do better than I was yesterday. And I'm just getting preachy off of the business. Like, don't even think about the business right now. We just need to strive to be better and do better than yesterday. And if you have that mindset just about in life, it's going to come with your business. And don't, like Hilary said earlier, this really like spoke to me. Don't be guilty about what you ask God for. Like, what was it? Steve Harvey said that he got it from some verse that he said he didn't remember, but it was something like, you have not what you ask not. So what are you asking? Are you even asking him for anything? How are you going to expect something when you don't even ask for it? Okay. But God is one that he's going to meet you halfway to where he can give you everything, but you have to be putting in the work. And I heard this analogy once, and then I'm going to be quiet and let Hilary talk. But people will pray like, God, give me a cake. I want a cake, like a birthday cake. It can be whatever flavor. I just want a cake. And God will give you the flour and the eggs and the sugar and the oil and the vanilla and all the things. And you're like, I want a cake. And he's like, I gave you the cake. Make the cake. Make the freaking cake. That is what we're giving to you. I hope if you take anything away tonight, this is one thing. We're giving it all to you. Don't try to find some secret sauce, because I ain't going to give you the cake, but I'm going to give you the flour and the sugar and the eggs and the milk and the blender and the oven and the pan, all the things. I'm going to give it all to you. Hilary's going to give it all to you. Your enroller's going to give it all to you. But what are you going to do with it? Are you going to let it spoil and then you're going to throw it away and then say it didn't work? Or are you going to bake it and then you reach those numbers that y'all just put in the comments? You got to be disciplined enough. You have to wake up every day and say, I'm going to do better. I'm going to be better than I was the day before. And I'm a business owner, and I need to do the things that I need to do because I have goals so crazy that I'm going to meet come hell or high water. And if I do achieve those goals, if you get in for nail money and you start getting your nails done, get another goal. Okay, I got in partly to pay my car note. I've been paying my car note. I got bigger goals now to move out of my parents' house. Once I move out, what will probably be my goal? To furnish it. And then so on and so on. I don't know where that's going to lead me, but you have to keep evolving. But to only achieve that is that you have to be disciplined enough and say every day, real quick, because I did have this tip. What I kind of like to do sometimes when I go on social media is before I even scroll or I do things that are just like fun for me, I will do something work-wise and then reward myself. So if you have that mindset of like, well, I want to do this on social media, like I like watching this person's stuff, or I want to go on this person's, page or whatever, do a little bit of work for 2 minutes and then reward yourself. That way too, you're getting work done, but it's still fun and you're still doing what you want to do. So I do that a lot. Like I want to go look at all these bloggers and stuff, and I'm like, you know what? No, I need to do X, Y, and Z first and then reward yourself. If you want to watch a Netflix show, say I'm sending out 50 messages. I'm going to post on my story and I'm going to respond to everyone. And then I'm going to put my phone down and I'm going to do what I want to do. Because we need to reward ourselves. Otherwise, you're not going to be happy and you're going to quit. Reward yourself, watch one episode, turn it off, and then get back to work. It's really just about finding that to where you don't get burnt out. And that is how you will build healthy habits and be disciplined. And then the sky's the limit. I'm done.
I loved like all of it. Hold on, I'm trying to pin my video. Okay, I love it so much. I had so many things like hit me. So if you're brand new and or well, even if you're not brand new, but if you aren't brand new, then you've already heard some social tips. But I want to encourage you guys to have fun with this. So right now, if you are working on enrolling teammates, you can drop a 50 billion. I don't know. Say something in the comments. But if you're working on bring on teammates, so what if you said, okay, I either, okay, so if you're a mom, if you're a student, if you just have family time that's really important to you, whatever stuff is a priority for you guys. If you haven't yet built a schedule, I just want you to look at it and say, okay, this is stuff I have to do today, no matter what. Here's how I can fit in. Like, you start paying attention to whenever you knock those things off your list, you can tell it only takes you 5 minutes to do this. It takes you 2 minutes to do that. Overall, it equals an hour for the day or an hour and a half of your day to work a business that you get paid like ridiculous money for. So that's pretty awesome. Take into consideration all those things. And then I want you to sometime this week, maybe it's just one of the days this week, because I don't want you to get overwhelmed by it. But if you are working on signing a distributor, this is something that I want you to just try, because Morghan's first TikTok went insane. And I want you guys to just shake it up this week. Just have a fun time, okay? So you're going to go on TikTok, and if you do your makeup or something like that, you can set up your phone. Like, I do it right here. So for me, I just like set up my phone right here, and I pull up one of the trending songs, and I record myself doing my makeup. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Like Morgan's person, she just did like a voiceover. A lot of the people who are using TikTok right now to sign distributors specifically, if your goal is distributors, that's what I'm talking to right now. A lot of people who have done that, they just make these like silly TikToks. You don't have to be a great dancer. You don't have to do all the things. But I just want to encourage you to like get out of your comfort zone somewhere. And TikTok is a thing to have fun on. And why I say that is because, like, for me, on the days that I'm feeling funky, if I make TikTok videos with my daughters, I know I'm going to get some traction. I know at the very minimum, people are going to be like, oh, what does she do? Like, who is she? Does she, like, whatever? And they make it over to my Instagram. Or maybe I share the TikTok video on my story and it makes somebody go to my actual profile. It's just something a little bit different to shake it up. So I'm going to encourage you guys, shake up what you do at least once this week. I'm not going to say to do it tomorrow. I'm not going to say to do it every day, but just try one new thing. If you're working on customers, I want to encourage you to say, like, remember that if you are working on customers right now because you're trying to get a spree, I sign majority of my customers. I can pull in customers pretty consistently. And when I do, it's because I'm sharing my personal results. And honestly, the most consistent product that I've been on is coffee. I have drank the coffee since I got started. My first 2 months, I didn't pay for the coffee. I worked to make enough money to pay for the coffee because I didn't want to buy anything from my own pocket. So I'm going to say, use your shopping spree. If you still are working towards that, use your shopping spree and pick one thing and get consistent with sharing that thing and using that thing. And I promise people will start saying, like, okay, you're always talking about that. I see you using it. I want to try it. Okay. So just work towards that. Last thing, what else? So last thing is, if you are brand new, I want you to consider what made you decide. What made you decide? If you have been in for a minute and you forgot what made you decide, and you've maybe gotten like bogged down feeling by your list, maybe reorganize the list. Say, like, you're going to start your day a little bit different than you have been starting it, so you can just make a new thing out of it. Change it up some. But okay, I was saying that stuff, and then what was the other thing I was thinking? I wrote down first 90 days, but I can't remember what I was going to say about it. Anyway, okay, so I just really hope that what you guys are taking from tonight is that Morgan and I, neither of us are perfect with what we do, okay? we're both really determined. And we understand that the word discipline is something that we know without that, we don't deserve to get a check. And that's just at the end of the day, like if you're not committed to something at all with this business, like if you're not committed to, I'm going to do the things and stuff like that, why would you expect to get paid from it? And then who like the thing is like, we're not mad about that if people do that, but like, why are you wasting your own money? Like, why did you waste your own time? That's kind of my thing, is like, you're going to miss out on your own thing. So just know that, I'm trying to think. Just know that we are not perfect, but we're just wanting to share these things with you guys so that you guys can see the power of being consistent, the power of having some really well thought out goals and stuff like that. Now, I'm kind of losing my thoughts because I got distracted with something. So I'm going to pray us out. Oh, hold on. But does anybody have a question really quick? Does anyone have questions when it comes to like, are you wondering about organization? Are you wondering about like specific things that we do to like get this set, like how we did it? Like, are y'all wondering anything about that at all? Like any questions? Just anything to do with organization, anything to do with discipline, any of the things. Books and podcasts. Okay. So for me personally, I love listening to Jasmine Starr's podcast. She's a business coach. But I like to say, so right now I'm starting my day with, I start my day with like a sermon or something like that. And sometimes you can find nugget sermons. So what I mean by that is it's like a pastor who is maybe sharing something on IGTV. Or like Stephen Furtick, he shares these 12, 15-minute quick things, like quick nuggets from sermons on YouTube. So I watch that kind of stuff. I honestly don't read very many books. If I do, it's more of like I listen to them. Somebody else though that's really awesome, Craig Groeschel, has a leadership podcast. And if you don't see yourself as a leader yet for the business, that's totally okay. I wouldn't not listen to something just because it's called a leadership thing, because eventually you'll see that you do have leadership qualities. Yes. So Jade has a podcast. Yes. And every morning, thank you, Christina. Every morning we're doing a journaling Zoom with Cheyenne Knox. She is one of the youngest people at the very top of the company. It's insane. She started this business when she was in high school. She made it her own. She's built up a crazy successful business, and she is she is going, like, she should be going ambassador this month. Ambassador is the very top rank in the company, making 30 grand a month. But she's leading a journaling Zoom. And if you're wondering about how to get on that Zoom, ask me or Morgan, and we have access to it. And then last, She's Here for It by Abby Kappa. I love her. Morgan told me who this girl is, and I love her. Love her. So y'all check her out. Do y'all have any other questions about this kind of thing? I would even say, like, Morgan, you could unmute for that. But I believe you have to go to her website, unless, Morgan, if you know if Abby's is on iTunes or anything. I have Android, so I just went straight to her website because I couldn't find her on Spotify.
Yeah, if you just have like an iPhone, like all iPhones have the podcast app, and it's free through there. So you'll just go to podcast and then type in.
There you go.
Is she not through Spotify?
No, I was so sad. I was like, oh man, because I listen to everybody on Spotify.
Yeah. Yeah, like Jade Hooper's is also on Spotify.
Right. Yeah. And then, of course, Pam Souter. So if you don't know who Pam is, she is this like glorious woman. She's the queen of network marketing. Okay. She teamed up with Mark to start our company. And through doing that, she has her own podcast. She's a really excellent leader. She interviews a lot of our top leaders, so they're always on her podcast sharing their tips and stuff like that. And because that kind of is the last thing I was going to say. And then we're going to hop off because we're going to jump on the family call. But the last thing I was going to say is that Morgan and I, we give you guys the groundwork, right? We help you build up the foundation for your business. But the day that you decide in your mind, I'm in this for like the long haul. Like, I want to see where I really can take this, where I'm really going to go with it. When you make that decision, it's a beautiful thing when you can start building this your own way. Because everybody gets the basics. I told Morghan earlier, I don't care what anybody does as long as they enroll. If you're getting a check, I'm happy for you. So maybe you're somebody who you want to hop on the phone and like call people about stuff. That might not be my strength, but I will get you the teaching for that. You know, something I like to do that I can't do right now is I pop up in different stores and stuff. Can't do it right now, but I try to bring that type of atmosphere onto social media. So whatever things that you enjoy just about life in general that you normally would share on social media, don't all of a sudden share that stuff. Add this into that. So like for me, I share my faith. I get to share other faith stories about this business. Like the other thing about Cheyenne, she has been able to pay in cash for different mission trips. We all know mission costs a lot of money. You're able to do that kind of thing. Like there's so many different things that you can do with this business to really make it your own. So take the groundwork that we give you guys and then build something beautiful on top of that. But to me, that's when it doesn't feel overwhelming. That's when it feels like, oh, that was really fits in because you're being 100% yourself. So stay true to who you are and then just take what we have as blueprints to build. That's it. Okay, so I'm going to stop the recording.